Yerba versus SFMOMA.
Okay.
Because what I found, I mean, at least in the Yerba, that it's all about exchanges between people, and it's about connection, versus SFMOMA is more about disconnection, and you need a translator. I mean, I don't know. At least because, like, if I looked at the people in the SFMOMA, although there were a lot of students, everybody was walking around kind of like
not
sheep,
knowing where to
like
go.
Sheep. They were like sheep. And here, everybody was kind of directly experiencing each piece. I mean, they were with it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well,
It also might have to do with the actual show that's in the Yerba right now. That's a pretty damn powerful show.
That's a powerful show.
And conceptually, it doesn't have to do with the art as much as it does with the Free Tuesday.
You mean over there?
Yeah.
But, well, why did those folks come over here?
Because not a lot of people, MoMA is MoMA.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean? And it's, maybe Yerba doesn't like groups, so they don't encourage it, and MoMA does, so they encourage it.
Right, there were tons of kids.
Behind the scenes. Like maybe Yerba's like, you can't bring your kids to this. I mean, like, you saw all the stuff that was in there. I wouldn't want I wouldn't want to have to be a grade school teacher going, don't touch that. But leave Friedlander, that's a photograph on in a picture frame, not to take away from the art, but
there is one idea that's kind of related to that, in the sense that Friedlander's seeing the world through a lens,
right?
And so much of this work here is hands-on and
direct.
Really, like
the missing piece show.
Yeah. Like the one piece that I really connected with was the creation of the bell. Did you see that? The video?
No.
Where they melted down hip-hop jewelry and made a traditional Japanese bell for.
No way.
And then they showed the temple ceremony.
Okay.
So that, really just seeing, and that really ties in so much with some of this idea of process that we're talking about.
Yeah.
That inviting the viewer into
the actual production part.
Our kind of
the piece.
Quirky beginnings of this whole movement. And,
Yeah. I think it's really about the exchange between people. This movement, the new movement.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's about.
And Friedlander's, and that really brings up a question of photography in general, where how much is how much does it facilitate the voyeuristic point of view, and is it possible for there to be connection or engagement?
Right. Although I think if you look at a lot of Friedlander's work, that's actually what it's about. But it's about, in my opinion, a lot of his work is about being disconnected. And maybe the camera's at fault, but I don't think so. I think he used the camera as a tool to record himself being disconnected and trying to leave a mark and trying to show that, I don't have the right words, but just like he's reaching, you can tell in so many of his self-portraits with the shadow casting on lots of different things. Like that woman in the back of the woman's head, it's like he wants that woman to turn around. I just get that feeling. But she's not, because she doesn't notice he's there,
So it is about disconnection, but it's also, the shadow for me symbolizes the impermanence, you know what I mean? Like, and I think your work is about this too. Like, how many people do you walk? How many people do you cast shadows on each day?
Exactly.
How many trees do you cast shadows on each day?
Yeah. I think he's really touching on that.
Well, there are a lot of parallels between that and the Dalai Lama show. Just one of the phrases that I picked up was spend time alone every day.
Yeah.
And so much of Friedlander's work is him in isolation in the landscape, in the city or whatever he's doing,
Yeah.
I do think that the two shows really do talk to one another. Unfortunately, the experience of the Yerba is always better than the experience of the MoMA.
Yeah.
But that has to do with like we were talking about before, just the fact that Free Tuesday is going to be
right, and the architecture.
I'm glad that there's so many people there.
The natural lighting is also really nice.
I think it's a little different because the SFMOMA is kind of cold institution, and Yerba Buena is kind of alternative space.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like the MoMA, the Yerba was created by those people who went to the MoMA and weren't getting what they wanted. Right. So, and then De Young was done because of Yerba. So it's like, always, that's what's cool about the art world, is there's always a reaction to someone else's action.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. So reactions. What do you guys think? Send us responses, questions.
Yeah.
Check out the MySpace. You want to say what the address is?
It is www.myspace.com/thisisthenewmovement.
All right. See you next time.